Okay, in last lecture, at last point, we are done with the diencephalon, the master gland of the body, first and second one. The cerebrum wraps around the structure called as thalamus, which is major coordinating center for sensory and motor signaling. You know, the sensory signal always receives from sensory organ and send it to the nervous system, CNS. And water now always transfer the impulse from the CNS to the periphery organs. Another very important part of the brain is called as hypothalamus, which lies at the base of the thalamus. You know that the roof of the third ventricle is known as epithalamus, the lateral wall is known as thalamus, and below the thalamus, hypothalamus is there. Okay? And the hypothalamus, it is connected to the pituitary gland by the infundibulum, and here the hormones secreted from the thalamus, only two hormones are secreted. See, releasing hormone and releasing inhibitory hormone. I hope you have learned in the 10th standard. No, આવે તો કઈ વાંધો નહીં, 22nd માં આવશે. Only two hormones. Releasing hormone, just I am telling to you, releasing hormones stimulate the pituitary gland to release the hormones. And releasing inhibitory hormones means it inhibits the secretion of that particular hormone. So, hypothalamus has two functions only. It stimulates the pituitary gland and it inhibits it. So, hypothalamus controls the function of the pituitary gland. Fine? The hypothalamus contains the number of the centers which control the body temperature. આપણે આગળ વાત થઈ ગઈ છે. Thermoregulation center situated here. Urge of eating, that is hunger, right? And thirst, drinking. The urge for eating known as hunger and urge for drinking known as thirst. It also contains the group of the neurosecretory cells which secrete the hormones known as hypothalamic hormones. And just for your kind information, hypothalamic hormones are two. So directly I can write here neurosecretory hormones are two, releasing hormone and releasing inhibitory hormone. See, if you don't want to write, no problem, enter in the 22nd chapter and see the hypothalamus. Okay? Releasing hormone stimulates pituitary gland, while releasing inhibitory hormone inhibits function of pituitary gland. Clear? The two hormones are given there. The inner part of cerebral hemisphere and the group of associated deep structures. So here two structures are there. Almond shaped amygdala. Almond shaped amygdala controls secretion of dopamine neurotransmitter. Okay, you know acetylcholine is one neurotransmitter and it is mostly present between the two successive nerves, acts as a neurotransmitter, and how it works you know. Another neurotransmitter, there are so many neurotransmitters, fine, GABA, PABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, para aminobutyric acid. There are so many neurotransmitters that I will tell you in the next lecture. But only one, dopamine. Dopamine is one neurotransmitter which controls the muscular contraction, voluntary muscle contraction. See, if any type of the changes occur in this amygdala, affect the secretion of the dopamine, cause the one disease known as Parkinson's disease. Okay? Parkinson's disease. Less secretion of dopamine or no secretion, we say like that. happens here in Parkinson's disease? Tremor occurs. Tremor, drusaria. Parkinson's disease occurs in lower limb as well as in upper limb also. You have seen that in aged person due to the muscular weakness, tremor occurs. Aged person માં limb movement એ tremor વાળી જ હોય. And due to age related changes, they have weak muscles. And it is natural one. તમને થશે મને થવાનું. બરાબર? But due to affect this amygdala, dopamine is not secreted at all. Or very less secretion leads to tremor in voluntary muscle. Okay, I can show you what happened in the Parkinson's disease. Fine. Might be I had already told you in the previous classes also. But see, for example, in my lower limb, constant vibration like this, 24/7, constant. If you do on your body for just few minutes, your muscle get tired. You know, fatigue muscle. After voluntary muscle contraction करिए, like this vibratory movement, right? So this voluntary muscles work involuntarily. Constant tremor occurs. Okay, as a result, when the person can maintain the vibration like this, the body will vibrate. But here, okay, here for example, tremor occur in the lower limb, so person has gait problem, walking problem, standing during that, during walking, during running, imbalance occur. Fine? Yes, treatment is available for this. 5 years, the patient has to take dopamine as a medicine. Fine? And then after 5 years, gradually it will be diminished. Fine? Not that much deadly disease, but mostly seen in the aged persons. Parkinson's disease. Okay? Second word is given there, hippocampus. अच्छा, હવે અત્યાર સુધી જે લર્ન કર્યું એમાં આપણે ઓલરેડી હિપ્પોકેમ્પસ આવી ગયું. याद करो, विचार. एक मिनिट, આ હિપ્પોકેમ્પસ અલગ વસ્તુ છે અને હું તમને જે હિપ્પોકેમ્પસ પૂછું છું એ ક્યાંક આવી ગયું. Hint up. 4th chapter. Yes, in animal kingdom. Hippocampus is one type of animal also. Sorry? Hippopotamus. नहीं मांगे, नहीं मांगे। Bonifice. Tell me the popular name. Seahorse. Seahorse. Seahorse is one of the animal kingdom which swim steady in the water. And this seahorse, also known as hippocampus, in which male animal become pregnant. For the development of the eggs, for development of the egg or embryo, uterus-like structure which is situated in the male body. Okay, so that hippocampus is different, hippopotamus is also different, and this hippocampus is the part of the limbic system which converts short-term memory to long-term memory. Option wise these are one more taking animal છે કે લિમ્બિક સિસ્ટમ નો પાર્ટ છે. ઓપ્શન આપો. હા તમે જે ક્વેશ્ચન કરો છો એનો ઓપ્શન આપો. બે ભેગું હોય તો બે ભેગું કહેવાનું છે, સિમ્પલ. હા हिपोपोटेमस अरे हिपोकैम्पस में कोई डिफाइन हो अच्छा डिफाइन पूछे तो लिम्बिक सिस्टम में डिफाइन हो ना द पार्ट ऑफ द लिम्बिक सिस्टम व्हिच कन्वर्ट्स दिस शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी टू लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी इज नोन एज हिपोकैम्पस तो एनिमल में तो हिपोकैम्पस तो आ ऑप्शन दो आपको ले हां limbic system ना limbs में नहीं central part of the brain known as limbic system हाँ जे આપણું જે lateral ventricle છે ત્યાં limbic system છે fluid containing system which is very important option તમને આપું પણ તમને ક્વેશ્ચન ની અંદર કંઈક डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली फ्लू आइपो होई खास જોવાનો હોય ઘણી વખત તમને characteristic of sea horse or characteristic of the hippocampus as well as special feature of the hippocampus તો તમને related to the animal kingdom and related to the nervous system ઘણી વખત બે ઓપ્શન તમને સાથે આપ્યા હોય એટલે ક્વેશ્ચન માંથી તમારે ક્યુ ઓપન કરવાનો હશે બરાબર અને લોજિકલી ડાયરેક્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન એવો છે કે ધ સ્ટ્રક્ચર ઓફ ધ બ્રેન which converts short term memory to long term memory the animal in which male become pregnant and straight forward questions છે જેટલા ક્વેશ્ચન્સ વધારે સોલ્વ કરશો એટલો વધારે કન્સેપ્ટ क्लियर થતો જશે કે તમારે કઈ બાજુ જવાનું છે and see chalo fine another point if due to any reason hippocampus is affected if due to any reason amygdala is affected then what happens you know if due to any reason hippocampus is affected, Alzheimer's disease is seen in the patient. હા, Alzheimer's disease. Generally, Alzheimer's disease occur in the aged person, and if hippocampus is affected, memory center is also affected, memory loss will be there. And एक मिनट, चलो પછી થોડી એક ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ વાત કરીએ. Have you seen Deep Blue Sea movie? Yes, Hollywood movie Deep Blue Sea. Wait, don't make noise. If you don't know, no problem. If you know, it's a major problem. हाँ? जो ध्यान रखो. Actually, memory loss कई रीते थाय तमने. You know, the synapse with 200 angstrom. If you know that diagram. There is an adequate amount of the neurotransmitter which is present in the synaptic cleft or synaptic node, which fills in the synapse and nerve impulse is transmitted to in the next neuron. It's a normal phenomenon. But what happened here? Hippocampus is affected, then synapse become larger. The gap in the synapse become more. Neurotransmitter is segregated, but not connect with the two successive neurons. As a result, impulse cannot be transmitted to the another neuron. એટલે સિનેપ્સ નો ગેપ જો ઇન્ક્રીઝ થઈ જાય તો એવી કોઈ મેડિસિન અવેલેબલ નથી કે સિનેપ્સ ને ડિક્રીઝ કરી શકે કે એની નોર્મલ લેન્થમાં લાવી શકે. ડીપ બ્લુ સી મૂવીની અંદર જોજો, નો જોયું હોય તો સ્ટાર્ટિંગ પોર્શન, શાર્કને એ લોકો પકડે છે, બ્રેઇન માં ઇન્જેક્શન ઇન્ટ્રોડ્યુસ કરે છે અને એનું CSF એક્સટ્રેક્ટ કરે છે. CSF એનું એક્સટ્રેક્ટ કરે છે, બહાર કાઢે છે. એન્ડ then put the one drop of water, one drop of CSF. આ જે શાર્કનું જે CSF છે, one drop of CSF over the nerve of affected person. Generally જો બ્રેઇનમાં કોઈ ડિસીઝ થયો હોય તો એ ક્યોર નથી થતો. We know that nerve cell is the largest cell of our body, but it once grow and develop, no regeneration power, no repairing mechanism in the nerve. એટલે જનરલી શું થશે કે કોઈ મેડિસિન એલ્ઝાઇમર ડિસીઝને ટ્રીટ નથી કરતું. એમાં શાર્કનું જે CSF છે એ માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાં લાઈવ જે અફેક્ટેડ નર્વ છે એલ્ઝાઇમર ડિસીઝ પેશન્ટની, એનો સ્મોલ ફ્રેગમેન્ટ લઈને માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાં એ ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરે છે and simultaneously put the one drop of CSF in the sideways. Gradually જે સિનેપ્સ છે એ એની ઓરિજિનલ સ્ટેટમાં આવતા રહે. પછી આખો ટર્નિંગ પોઈન્ટ થાય છે કે જે શાર્ક છે એનું CSF એક્સટ્રેક્ટ કરી લીધું છે એટલે એનું બ્રેઇન જે છે ને એ વધારે વાઇલ્ડ એન્ડ હન્ટિંગ થઈ જાય છે, પછી એ બધાને કિલ કરી દે છે, પછી આગળ આપો ટર્નિંગ પોઈન્ટ છે. એટલે કહેવાનો મતલબ એ છે કે આપણે ઇમ્યુનિટી પાવર વાઇઝ જો વિચારીએ ને તો ધ CSF ઓફ ધી શાર્ક is antigen for our body, foreign particle for our body, but some chemicals are present inside the CSF of shark which treat the Alzheimer's disease. બરાબર, એટલે એમાં એક આખો એ બતાવે છે કન્સેપ્ચ્યુઅલ વાઇઝ. બરાબર, એલ્ઝાઇમર ડિસીઝમાં કોઈ ક્યુરેટિવ ટ્રીટમેન્ટ પોસિબલ નથી, મેમરી લોસ થઈ જાય, એજેડ પર્સનમાં મોસ્ટલી ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ થાય છે. બરાબર, અને જેટલી મેમરી રિગેન થાય એ થઈ શકે છે, અધરવાઇઝ ઓવર. Fine. So this is about the hippocampus and amygdala. 2 points are given in the textbook. Let's see the next point. From the complex structure known as limbic system or limbic lobe. Along with the hypothalamus, it is involved in the regulation of sexual behavior, expression of emotional reactions, excitement, pleasure, rage, and fear, and motivation. All these centers are located here in the limbic system along with the amygdala as well as hippocampus. So this is all about the forebrain. Now midbrain. Midbrain is located between the thalamus and hypothalamus of the forebrain and pons of the hindbrain. You know, forebrain of the cerebrum of the forebrain and the pons of the hindbrain. Pons consists 3 parts. Hindbrain consists 3 parts. Mistake. Pons, medulla, and cerebellum. And with pons and medulla, midbrain is attached together and forms the brain stem. So midbrain, it is situated between the cerebrum and pons. Midbrain covers the canal. Midbrain covers the canal. It is known as cerebral aqueduct or known as iter. Cerebral aqueduct is also known as iter. Midbrain consists four colliculi. Midbrain consists four colliculi or colliculi. 2 superior colliculi and 2 inferior colliculi. Forms two superior colliculi and two inferior colliculi join together and form corpora quadrigemina. Hope that you are confused behind this. Let me clear. Superior colliculi control the work of the head muscles and auditory reflex. Auditory reflex means if we hear the loud sound, then immediately we give the reflex like this. And inferior colliculi controls the head muscles as well as visual reflex. For example, if you are moving from this floor to the terrace, in terrace you know that tiles are there and reflection of the light rays, at that time you do like this. That light, very high intensity of the light is emitted in our eyes, immediately we give the visual reflex. Okay, so superior colliculi, auditory reflex and control of the head muscles movement, and inferior colliculi controls the visual reflex and control of the work of the head muscles. And this both superior colliculi and inferior colliculi join together and form the one structure known as corpora quadrigemina. Quadri means 4, 2 and 2 like that. Right? So that word is given there. Hindbrain. The last part of the brain. Hindbrain comprises pons, cerebellum and medulla, also known as medulla oblongata. You know, in medulla oblongata, cardiac center and two respiratory centers are located in medulla and one respiratory center is located in pons. Yes, we have 3 respiratory centers which are located, 2 in medulla and 1 in pons. So due to any reason, if pons and medulla are affected, person will immediately die due to affect the cardiac center and respiratory center. Okay. Pons consist of fiber threads that interconnect the different regions of the brain. Actually, pons है ना, pons ना दिया, मतलब PONDS, it's a pons. Pons જે છે ને એને સેતુ કહેવાય, સેતુ. Bridge. It acts as a bridge-like structure. See, try करो ना, diagram draw करवानी. You know, this is the cerebrum. Here, midbrain is there. Fine. Here, this is the midbrain, pons and medulla, and here cerebellum is there. अच्छा ध्यान રાખો. હવે છે ને હું ડાયરેક્શન ડ્રો કરું છું, ધ્યાન રાખજો તો જ ખબર પડશે. See, just below the medulla spinal cord is there. So from the spinal, કહેવાનો મતલબ એ છે કે બધી ડાયરેક્શનમાં મૂવમેન્ટ થાય છે. ઓકે, spinal cord to medulla to cerebellum, spinal cord to medulla to pons to the big brain to the big brain, big brain to the back again in the cerebellum. So everywhere, whatever, fine. And that's why pons acts as a bridge-like structure. Pons travels the message from the medulla to the big brain to the small brain to the medulla, small brain to the big brain, and in all the directions. Clear? And pons is pyramidal in shape. Pons is pyramidal in shape. Cerebellum has very convoluted surface in order to provide the additional space for many more neurons. एक જ વર્ડ કેવો છે? વેટ. एक मिनट, सेरेबेलम आइडेंटिफाई करो डायग्राम में. ग्रीन कलर और ब्लू कलर जे तमे बनाવો. મને કલર બ્લાઇન્ડનેસ છે. એમાં તમે જુઓ ને ધ્યાનથી સેરેબેલમમાં પેલું જસ્ટ લાઈક અ બ્રાન્ચીસ ઓફ ટ્રી જેવું તમને દેખાય. This is known as arbor vitae. The branches of tree-like structure is known as arbor vitae. આટલું બધું છે બ્રેઇનમાં. હજી બાકી હજી બાકી મેં પૂરું નથી કર્યું. Now cerebellum, small brain, and through the arbor vitae, the two cerebellar hemispheres are joined together. Two cerebral hemispheres are joined together by corpus callosum, and here through this arbor vitae, the branches of the tree-like structure through which two cerebral hemispheres are joined together. આપણે arbor vitae ઓલું બ્રેઇન જે છે મોડેલ એની અંદર બહુ જ મસ્ત દેખાય છે જો તમે જોયું હોય તો. પછી જોજો આપીશ. Now cerebellar hemisphere. Two cerebellar hemispheres joined by arbor vitae, and two cerebral hemispheres are joined by corpus callosum. ખબર પડે તો બહુ મજા આવે. બાકી બાયોલોજી સંસ્કૃતમાં ચાલતું હોય તેવું લાગે. लेकिन संस्कृत આવે रे समझे या तो रे. चलो हेलो सी cerebrum consists two major important centers. Number one, balance, and number two, coordination. You know these two words, right? Balance is of two types: static balance and dynamic balance. Left. How can we do? Static balance means that we are sitting, standing, lying. Lying without support, bending. તેમાં આપણે પડી ન જતા ને. અત્યારે તમે બેઠા છો તો ખબર છે કે આમ જ બેસવું. અમુક સ્ટેટિક બેલેન્સ સેન્ટર વર્ક ન કરતું હોય ત્યારે સ્ટેટિક પડી જાય. And dynamic balance center means during walking, running, jumping, like that. During locomotory movement, the balance of the body is controlled. This is known as dynamic balance. Okay? So static and dynamic balance both the centers are and coordination center. Huh? Big. Balance two types means static and dynamic. And these four centers are situated here. Medulla of the brain is connected to the spinal cord. હવે મેડ્યુલામાં હું જે કહું ને એ એડિટ કરતા જજો. કે મેડ્યુલા સેન્ટર્સ ફોર કંટ્રોલ રેસ્પિરેશન ખબર છે, કાર્ડિયોવાસ્ક્યુલર ફંક્શન, ગેસ્ટ્રિક સિક્રેશન, સલાઇવેશન, salivary secretion. Hiccup. Centers are located here. Okay, any doubt in these centers? Healthier. Hiccup center અહીંયા એક્ટિવેટ થાય ને તો ડાયાફ્રામ હેડકી લાગે એવું થાય. અને હા એક મિનિટ રહી ગયું, સાવ રહી ગયું. નોઝિયા એન્ડ વોમિટિંગ સેન્ટર એ તો ખાસ લખો. નોઝિયા એન્ડ વોમિટિંગ સેન્ટર એમાં એડ કરજો NAUSEA nausea NAUSEA. What is nausea? Nausea and vomiting both are different. No. Dizziness, giddiness, all are different. What is nausea and what is vomiting? Vomiting એટલે તો ઉલટી થવી, right? Feeling of vomiting, initial part. Yes, you are right. એટલે એવું નથી કહેતો કે nausea થાય તો vomiting થાય. Okay, nausea and vomiting both are different procedures, and these centers are located here. બીજું સાંભળો, nausea and vomiting centers are located in the medulla. But these centers are stimulated by the one region which is situated in our throat. Clear? By entering the finger in the throat, try करदो भरे અહીંયા નહીં ભરે નહીં Clear? Three major regions make up the brain stem: midbrain, pons and medulla. Brainstem forms the connection between the brain and the spinal cord, and how the brainstem connects all the parts of the body, of the nervous system, in which way that I have already explained. Fine. So finally, the brain is